I'm Janine Andrzejewski, and I'm the principal. This is Mr. Kukta. He's our associate principal, so he's our second in command. We also have 3 other assistant principals, as you can see up here. Mr. Kukta deals primarily with the seniors, and then 9th through 11th grade, we split them up alphabetically, and you can see how those last names fall with our other assistant principals. As far as our counseling structure goes, we have 3 counselors that are focused on 9th and 10th graders and 3 counselors that are focused on 11th and 12th graders. So under our current model, your kids would have 2 different counselors throughout their 4 years, but they communicate and they hone in on the very specific things for those 9th and 10th graders and then the 11th and 12th graders. Tonight for our presentation, what we want to do is just kind of give you just an overview of what our building goals are, our district and our building goals, as that drives everything that we do. We want to set the stage for success for graduation in 4 years, and Mr. Kukta is going to do that. He's going to review the graduation requirements and the different academic offerings that we have, both college and career readiness. We want to define what our climate and our culture is for our staff, our students, and our parents, and how everybody fits into that. We want to review our extracurricular opportunities and ways for kids to get involved outside of the classroom, as that helps to build a better bond for kids and connect them more to school. And then you'll have the opportunity to go into the cafeteria and meet our department chairs and explore the curricular options that are available and ask them questions about them and kind of get a look at those 4 years of what is available to you and your students that'll be coming here. So our district goals, we've been operating with these 3 district goals for the last, 7 or 8 years. So here in the buildings, we are very, very focused on improving student achievement. That's by providing opportunities within the classroom, strong instructional opportunities for student success, and then also supporting their social and emotional needs by having a healthy environment for them. We practice fiscal responsibility with everything that we do, and we always look to communicate openly with our families and our community so that you know what's going on here at the school. Our goals as a building, we have 2 instructional goals and 1 resilient learner goal. So our goals operate around, our first one operates around what's called authentic literacy, and really focusing our students on reading, writing, and discussing in all of their classrooms, because those are skills that you need for every single job that you will do as an individual. So our teachers are really focused on getting those literacy strategies in there. And then our second goal deals with how can we tell if our kids are learning, how do we monitor their progress, and then what do we do if they aren't learning? What are the interventions that we put into place? And if they are getting it, how do we extend their learning? And our resilient learner goal, we work real hard to utilize restorative practices with our kids, because everybody makes mistakes and we need to be able to repair relationships. That's a skill that you need as an individual and as a human being in society, and we really work with that to try between kids and between adults and kids to repair those relationships, restore that, and get kids back on track moving forward. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Kukta, because we had this reschedule of tonight. I have a conflict with a PTA meeting that's going on at the same time, so I'm going to head to that, and Mr. Kukta is going to walk you through the rest of the presentation, and then we'll see you in the cafeteria later.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you everybody for coming out tonight also. I do appreciate it. Like Ms. Andrzejewski had said, just want to go over some overview, like the big picture idea of how to be a successful student over the next 4 years. And I know you're going to be registering at Shiloh or Greenbrier with your counselors down there as far as what classes or courses you want to take next year. That's going to be coming up in about the next week or so. Kind of give you an overview of what that looks like, what the next 4 years here would be. The first thing to be successful to graduate is to have, by the end of your senior year, 20 high school credits, which sounds like a lot. It's kind of daunting, but when you break it down, it's about 5.25 credits or classes per year, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Every year of high school, you'll take an English class, so you'll have 4 English classes, 4 math classes by the time you graduate, 3 sciences. You need at least the minimum of 3 sciences and 3 social studies. Also, health and phys ed. You need half a credit of phys ed, which would be 2 phys ed courses, and a health class. 1 fine art class, or 1 fine art credit, which could be art or music during your high school career. And then also 4 elective courses. Those are the ones like a world language, computers, business class, art classes, band classes, things like that. Within that, there is a course of financial literacy, which is part of those 4 credits. That financial literacy piece is a required class for everybody by the state of Ohio, but that's part of the 4 electives. Also, it used to be back in the day, you just take your classes, graduate, boom, you get your diploma. There's a couple more layers added to this from the state of Ohio. The first one is to show competency, and this is where the Ohio State tests, those OST tests, come into play with this. You'll take 6 of those tests during your high school career, and out of 2 of them, for English 2, which you would take in 10th grade, and Algebra 1 in 9th grade, you have to score at least a minimum of a 684 on those 2 tests to show competency. And if you don't, you can take the test again the next year, retake it again. There's other pathways if you don't get that 684. But just to let you know that there are those tests involved, those OST tests during high school. The third layer to show that you can get your diploma is your readiness. The state of Ohio says that you must earn 2 seals from the state of Ohio, and there's 12 different seals offered. You just need to get 2 of them. Like in citizenship, Ohio means jobs if you have a job, community engagement. Some of the seals are tied to those OST tests. Some you can get from participating in extracurriculars, doing volunteer work in the community, having a job outside of school. But once you get into high school, I don't want you to worry about this or feel overwhelmed with this. Your counselors, your administrators, your teachers will help you along every step of the way, starting in 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, to make sure that you're passing those OST tests, that you're getting your seals, you know what seals you want to obtain also. So a plan is in place for every student here in high school, so it may seem overwhelming right now, but we will get into the nuts and bolts of it as you get into high school. Also, some of our academic offerings here at Valley Forge, each subject area or each content area, we do have advanced placement classes where students can take these classes. They're weighted classes, so they do count a little bit more for your GPA. Also, at the end of these AP classes, you'll take an AP exam, which is administered nationwide, and you can earn college credit while taking these classes in high school. Like for example, English, by the time you get to your junior and senior year of English, English 3 and English 4, you can take advanced placement English or advanced placement English 4, AP Calc, AP Statistics, and again, like I said, it's weighted for your GPA, and you have the chance to earn high school credit for that too. Also, honors courses. As you're coming into 9th grade, I'm assuming most everybody in here will be in 9th grade next year. AP is kind of like upperclassmen. We do have honors or pre-AP classes for 9th and 10th graders too coming in here. If anybody is in Algebra 1 honors this year in 8th grade, you're earning your high school credit, one of your math credits already, and then you can take honors geometry next year in 9th grade, and so on and so on. But again, English, math, science, social studies, and our world languages, we do have these honor courses too. They are weighted, where it will count more towards your GPA. It's a little bit more rigorous. There's a little bit more work involved with it too, but challenge yourself and rise to that challenge. Also with our academics, we realized like a few years ago, some kids are missing out on some of the skills needed for, especially for English and math skills, which are pretty weigh heavily at the high school level. But we do have a couple courses. We have an English academic assistance class for 9th graders and 10th graders. It's a semester course. And also in 9th grade, we have a math academic assistance class. It's a full year course too. These are geared for students who need to build skills and fill in those gaps for English 1 and Algebra 1 also. Like I said, the math academic assistance is a full year course. The English academic assistance is a semester, only half the year. And placement in here is based on a few criteria. Your middle school teachers and your middle school counselors will identify kids based on their OST scores, based on how they're successful in math and English classes in 7th and 8th grade, and also teacher recommendation if these courses would be a good fit to help build the English and math skills up in some of these students. We've offered the math academic assistance. This is the first year that we've had it. We've had English academic for a couple years now, but it really does pay off. A lot of these kids who are in it, they do better on their OST scores. They perform better in their English or math classes, also getting better grades in there too, and earning the credit. Something that's going to be brand new next year, we have our CTE pathways, our college and technical education, if you're going into a vocational program. Later on in high school, whether it be like cosmetology, culinary, viscom, auto collision, auto service tech, those vocational programs, we are offering new pathways or new CTE programs next year. The first one is a computer science pathway, and we're going to have brand new courses next year. Game design is going to be a class, applications of AI, and digital content web design. These are all full year, one credit offerings for 9th graders also. So if you do want to take a pathway, let's say you're geared towards computer science, talk to your counselors down at the middle schools. When they come into your classrooms and they give their presentations, they will talk about this, and then when you do register for your classes, you can get a little bit more information from your counselors what each of these courses are made up, what their descriptions are. Or if you want to do a marketing pathway, we have a class, sports entertainment marketing, we have a social media marketing class, and also a strategic entrepreneurship class. And again, all of these classes for these new pathways are opened up for 9th graders. Let's say if you want to do computer science pathway, you could take any, let's say you want to do game design in 9th grade, digital content in 10th grade, and maybe applications of AI in 11th grade. You can take these courses in any order. It's not a sequence of events. You can take them in any order. But each of these courses is one full credit for the entire school year too. And also we're going to have some AP or advanced placement classes with these. So as you get in the upper grades, 11th, 12th grade, you can take AP business or AP marketing also. And again, your counselors will have more information about that for you. The current career tech programs that we do have in the district, all of our career tech programs are housed here at Valley Forge or at Normandy. Here at Forge, we have our auto service tech, biotechnology, which would be a senior year course, CMM, CBE, engineering, teaching professions if you want to go into education, visual communications, and also welding, which is a very popular program. If there's something at Normandy that interests you, whether it be like maybe medical, culinary, cosmetology are some of the bigger, more popular ones, even if it's housed at Normandy, Valley Forge students can still take them. And again, this would be starting your junior year, where you would come to school here, take your courses like your English, math, science classes here, your core subjects. We do provide transportation to take you to Normandy for your, let's say, cosmetology classes in the afternoon, or start over there with Kaz in the morning and then come back here to Valley Forge for your core classes in the afternoon. Our career tech programs are very popular, are very successful. Kids who do go into it, once they graduate, many of them have a job waiting. They get credentialed, they get licensed in their fields, take the state tests, and they're ready to go. They have a job waiting for them after high school. So if that is something that you want to do one of the vocational programs, keep that in mind. Also, with the vocational programs, it's very, very important that during your 9th and 10th grade classes, you go through those classes successfully passing them. Because let's say, in 10th grade, if you failed health and geometry, which you need for graduation, that's going to jam you up your junior, senior year schedule-wise, because your vocational is going to take half a day, and if you have to make up other credits that you should have taken in previous years, it might put you on a longer path. Our academics in the classroom, whether it be 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, whatever the case may be, we do have opportunities, we do have supports in place to help you academically to be successful. We do have tutoring opportunities if you have a study hall in your schedule. We have meet with your teacher before or after school, arrange it with your teacher if you're having a problem in math or you don't understand something in science and a test is coming up. Work with your teacher, be proactive, reach out to your teachers if you're struggling or if you have a question along the way. They will be more than happy to meet with you before or after school, during a study hall, whatever the case may be. Our National Honor Society students are upperclassmen. Some of them do offer tutoring in the media center during the day. If they have a study hall 3rd period, might have a couple kids down there, and then if you have a study hall 3rd period or a lunch 4th period, you can meet with them to get some peer-to-peer tutoring in the classes. Because all those National Honor Society kids, they've taken the classes that you're taking, so they will help you with that. Also, like I said, being proactive includes having a graduation plan or a student success plan that your school counselor will work over with you. They'll put it into Home Access Center, what your plan may be to help you be successful. They offer one-on-one check-ins with your counselor or your administrator, just maybe a couple times a week. Just check in with you, seeing how your grades are, that you're staying current with your classes, whatever the case may be. Also, some of your courses and all of your teachers will help you with your study skills and just manage your time. A lot of it comes down to just being organized, having a plan in place. You might have 5 or 6 different classes, 5 or 6 different teachers, but just keeping everything planned and organized will help you tremendously. Also, the climate and culture here at Valley Forge, we do have a PBIS program like the other buildings do, touching on these being resilient learners. But we have the 3 R's: respect, responsibility, and ready to learn. We kind of consider Valley Forge being our second home. A lot of us spend many hours a day here. This is your second home also. We're kind of like the Forge family here, and we want to make sure that you're successful. And that's attending to your academic and social, emotional needs, kind of focusing on those areas too. Whether it be your counselor, we have a home liaison here also in the building every day. Wraparound services are provided too. Our counselors, each one has a different group, based on student interest and student needs. The ROCKS program is like a girls' power group that one of our counselors leads. Students with anxiety issues, we have a group that addresses that. Leadership skills, developing those with kids. Social skills, we have a Sources of Strength program also where we kind of promote student leadership with adult advisors with it too. And again, kind of just respect and caring for all when it comes down to it, kind of like what defines the Forge family. And again, some of our daily expectations, we'll go over this more later on as you get to become students here. But what that looks like and what that sounds like in the hallways, in the classrooms, in the cafeteria, whatever the case may be. Kind of like some of the biggest concerns we have here are cell phones and social media. that kind of plays a big part in everybody's life. We do have policies in place that address cell phone use, when you can use your phone during the school day, when you cannot use your phone during the school day, and what some of those expectations are, and some of the code of conduct with it too. And attendance is a big issue. Our attendance rate we look at on a daily basis. Attendance is taken every period of the day by the teachers, making sure that the kids are here. The more you're at school, the more successful you will be. Even tardies, if you're coming in late every day and you're missing your first period every day for whatever reason, that does add up, and it adds up quickly because you're missing a lot of school time by not being here for the whole day. And also the dress code, usually the hats and the hoodies are some of the big infractions we see on a daily basis too. But again, just how behavior and attendance impacts your grades and impacts you being successful too. Also, we like to partnership with families. It takes a village, kind of like a triangle, the parents, the student, and the teachers, or the administrators too, all working together to be transparent and have that two-way communication going back and forth. If you do have an issue or if you have a question, reach out to your child's administrator, reach out to your child's school counselor, to the teachers also, and we can help resolve it together. But we have to work together to keep students safe and on track for graduation. It just comes down to that. I mean, we like to think parents, you are the eyes and ears of Valley Forge. Talk to your child on a regular basis. Monitor your child's activity, especially on cell phone or social media usage, whether it be texting, Snapchat, Instagram, or what other media platforms are out there too. But again, if we don't know about it, we can't help you with it. Same thing with students. If there's a problem or concern, let us know, get an adult involved with it, and we're here to help you. We want you to be successful and want to come to school every day. We don't want you feeling anxious or not wanting to come to school for whatever the reason. If it's an issue in a classroom with your schoolwork, an issue with a peer or a friend or somebody's bothering you at school, let us know and we'll help give you the skills to help resolve the problems with you. And we do have a successful parent-teacher-student association, our PTSA, and booster clubs. So if you are involved in extracurriculars, parents, please think about joining our booster clubs too. And then we do have extracurricular activities because we want to make well-rounded individuals here, whether it be in the classroom, which is a big piece and an important piece, but also outside of the classroom. Chris Medaglia is our athletic director for the entire district. He has an office here. He has an office at Normandy also. But one thing to keep in mind that all high school students need a minimum of a 1.5 GPA to remain eligible for athletics, and that's every semester. And we have offerings for fall, winter, and spring, boys and girls. We have a football team, cross country, volleyball, soccer. Girls tennis is offered in the spring. In the winter, we have basketball, we have boys wrestling, and we have a girls wrestling team also. I think we're in our third year with that. We just get more girls for that every year. Swimming, cheerleading, and then in the spring, we have baseball, softball, track, and boys tennis too. So like I said, be well-rounded, take advantage of some of the extracurriculars too. And for the athletic eligibility, after enrollment into grade 9, like I said, all students must maintain a 1.5 GPA each semester to be academically eligible. Those coming in here from 8th grade, which is probably everybody in this room, in the 9th grade, let's say, for example, that you want to play football in 9th grade or you want to play volleyball in 9th grade as you're coming in here. You must have passed a minimum of 4 subjects the preceding marking period and have a 1.0 GPA to be eligible. So what that means is in 8th grade, we're second semester, by the 4th marking period, the last marking period of this year in 8th grade, pass at least 4 of your classes and maintain a 1.0 GPA to be eligible for 9th grade fall. If you want to do football, cheerleading, volleyball, cross country, whatever the case may be. And then once you become here, once you are here, after that it's 1.5 each semester until you graduate. And again, you could look at the athletic page on the PCSD webpage for more information about that. In addition to sports, we have other extracurriculars. We have student council, we have a theater club, Key Club, which they do community service projects, a history club. We do have a boxing club here for boys and girls. Academic challenge, we offer that. As a matter of fact, our academic challenge team, they just taped a couple weeks ago. They're going to be broadcast sometime in the month of March on Channel 5. Also, our National Honor Society, and we have many more. Basically, if there's an interest or a like that you have, chances are we have a club for that. We have a gaming club, we have a Dungeons and Dragons club, an anime club, also an art club too. Again, if there's something that you like and you and your other friends may like it, as long as you can find an adult to be your supervisor or your advisor for it, we can have a club for it. Also, the next steps here. What you're going to do at Greenbrier or Shiloh, you're going to meet with your counselors to go over your course requests, some of the offerings for next year, 9th grade. Think of the courses that interest you and that will challenge you. And don't be afraid of rigor. Like if there's an honors class that interests you, push yourself a little bit and take it. You won't know until you try it. And again, kind of get out of your comfort zone, get out of your safety zone, and kind of challenge yourself with what you want to take. We do have 8 periods a day. First period starts at 7:30 in the morning. 8th period, we're done by 2:10 in the afternoon. So 9th grade, you will take 4 core classes. Every freshman will take English, math, science, and social studies. And then other requirements, another period will be a PE survey class, which is a semester, and health, which is a semester. So that's 5 periods a day. And then don't forget a lunch in there too, that's 6 periods a day. So then that leaves you with 2 periods for electives, whether they're a full year elective, whether it's a half year semester elective. Think about that. Think about what electives interest you. And it's not a bad idea to have at least a semester of a study hall during your day to get you organized, to help you with your homework, help study for a test, whatever the case may be. And then you can also visit the high school registration page and also the high school registration guide in this presentation. I'm going to send this presentation to the middle schools, to the counselors down there. They can put it on their Google Classroom and then you can access it from here if you have any questions about that. Just another reference for you. And again, thank you for coming out here tonight. This kind of ends this part of the presentation this evening.